Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4 of the Gary Argo Show with your hosts KSI Gary 7
And I'm KSI Chicago 7.
and we've definitely got your audio included, yeah?
Yeah, we do.
There we go. So today we've got a mixed bag for you as always. We've got some exciting stuff. I've got a couple of I've got a bit of a weird story for you. I think you'll enjoy that. And we're just going to play a bit of Rocket League. I think Chicago's got a couple of bits for us.
Heck yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean, later on throughout the show, I'll go ahead and go through my top 10 just like normal. And then, kind of go through there. I'll give you my top 10 again. All of this is usually opinionated, so don't judge me for my top 10s. Just fun things
No
for me to
judging.
do here. But
Okay, the Gary Argo show is not about judging. I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe it will be one day. But yeah, so we'll start with what we doing on Rocket League then? Let's
we're gonna do a little custom game action.
little custom game.
We're gonna
action.
verse them. We're gonna do some Rumble.
Oh, Rumble in the Jungle. No.
Theater settings, and we're gonna go 10 minutes. Keep it long, and then just go blue team when we get in here, and just gonna mess around.
All right.
All right. Are we doing story time first, or do you want me to go top 10? What are you feeling?
Yeah, well, actually, let's mix it up a bit. We'll go top 10 to start off with.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to mix it up a little bit. I was gonna go straight football, but I decided, you know what? Let's try something a little different. So this time, I decided to do the top 10 athletes of all time. This could be of any sport, any generation. Just the top 10 athletes of all time. Again, this is completely opinionated, so don't, judge me completely for my answers or my choices. I don't know how I scored that, but thank you, Gary.
No problem.
So here's what we got. Okay, so number 10 for me. You guys can judge me if you want. I'm gonna go Cheetah Woods, aka Tiger Woods.
Cheetah Woods.
Not many people think that golf is a very, athletic sport, but if any of you have actually tried to play golf, it is not the easiest task. So that is why I decided to put it as my number 10. Gotta give a shout out to those golfers, because not many people golf.
I can't. There's a reason for that.
Number 9 for me is gonna be Jim Thorpe. I don't know if any of you guys would know who that is. Jim Thorpe was voted into the College and Pro Football Hall of Fame, along with the Track and Field Hall of Fame. Anybody who can make 2 sports Hall of Fames seems to me like they're a pretty good athlete.
Right.
Jim Thorpe was, huge in the sport of football. I've seen like his jersey as well as, some other memorabilia from him at the Pro Football Hall of Fame when I went a couple years back. And I mean, this guy was just phenomenal. What he could do back then, especially with, injuries not being able to be attended to as soon, this guy was phenomenal. So, Jim Thorpe, number 9 for me.
What a man. What a man.
What a man. You're not. Number 8 for me is going to be Roger Federer. If any of you guys know who that is, he's a tennis player. Roger Federer is a stone cold killer. He just wins. He just wins and wins and wins. and that's what I'm about. I'm about winners, and this guy's got a lot of wins. So I definitely got to give it to. I got to give it to Roger Federer. Tennis players, again, one of those sports kind of like golf where they're just like, are they really athletes? Or like NASCAR. I still don't think they're athletes, but whatever. Judge me if you'd like. So that's number 8. Number 7 for me going to be Wayne Gretzky.
Who on earth
Hockey
is that?
player.
All right.
Would be pissed. Wayne Gretzky is, I believe, the greatest hockey player of all time. And if anybody has any, disputes to that, feel free to hit me in the inbox, and I can block you. Because Wayne Gretzky is the number 1 hockey player of all time. So, I mean, his record speaks for itself. If any of you guys know about Wayne Gretzky or his hockey career, you would know how talented he is. So that's number 7. Number 6 for me is going to be Usain Bolt.
Hey.
I mean, Usain Bolt's the fastest man on the planet. Probably going to be the fastest man on the planet for a very long time. I don't really think many people are going to beat the records that he did. And if they do, it's going to be quite a far distance into the future where we're part robot as well. So I think that it's going to be interesting to see, if any runners come out and kind of match his intensity. But just even the swagger that he brought to track and field, not many people were super into track and field other than if you did track and field yourself. So when he came in and he just dominated, it was just so much fun to watch him. So was that number 6, right? Number 6.
Mhm.
So number 5 for me is going to be Babe Ruth. If you don't know who Babe Ruth is, I'm sorry, you're watching the wrong show. Babe Ruth is just one of the greatest baseball players to ever play the game.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
Babe Ruth is super famous. He even has a candy bar named after him. I don't think any other athlete on this list has a candy bar named after them, other than Babe Ruth.
Yeah, Reese's.
Reese.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Babe Ruth is a killer, and that's what machine. He's you got the curse of the Bambino. His name's everywhere, man. Everybody knows who Babe Ruth is.
Except for Gary.
Yeah, except for Gary. Top 4 was a little tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. There were some names where I was like, do I really want to put them in here? And I was like, I kind of have to, Number 4 for me, Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps, I think, has the record for the most medals in Olympic history. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Michael Phelps is just like, I think they had a Discovery Channel where he versed a shark. He raced a shark.
Oh,
he lost. Let's be real. But he did have a good start. Michael Phelps raced a shark. If anybody wants to look at that, go to YouTube, and it's live on YouTube. Him just racing a shark, because that's what Michael Phelps does in his free time. That's number 4 for me. Top 3. This is where we're talking. Huge time athletes. Number 3 for me is going to be Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Muhammad Ali is right, greatest boxer of all time. Anybody who disagrees with that as well, anybody who says Floyd Money Mayweather, feel free to go ahead and block me now, because we won't be having this discussion. Muhammad Ali is the greatest. Just being able to see what he did, not only in the ring, but also just like social injustice wise, and like fighting for the civil rights, etc. Muhammad Ali was big time. He was big time. He was 1 in a million, of his generation. So
God rest his soul.
God bless his soul. Muhammad Ali. number 3 on that list. To decide between the two, because I mean they're both pretty great athletes. Number 2 for me is going to be Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson went pro in baseball as well as football, and was a dominant force, like, you know, all-star level status in both sports. I don't believe he's in the Hall of Fame for either yet. I mean, he's probably going to go into the Hall for football soon. But Bo Jackson, amazing athlete. When you can do it in numerous sports and play at a high level, at the highest level even, you know you're doing something right. So Bo Jackson's got that for me. Other than that, number 1, I don't know if anybody can do this math or, kind of decide, wait a minute, what about this guy? Number 1 for me, I'm pretty sure he's 6 for 6 in championship games. Never lost a ring. When it came to getting the ring, he got it done. 6 for 6. My man, Michael Jordan.
Oh.
Michael Jordan's number 1 for me. Number 1 athlete of all time. What he did, not only to, on the court, but just like he revolutionized to a certain extent the game of basketball. Like, this guy was everywhere. He was a social icon. He made a movie.
Yeah, I was about to say Space Jam.
Like, Michael Jordan was everywhere. Everybody knew who he was, and everybody wanted to see him in person. I mean, there's videos of him going to China and people freaking out, and he's walking right next to, like, John Stockton. And I don't know if any of you guys know who that is, but, he was kind of like a shorter white guy in the NBA. And he was standing next to John Stockton, and they were just walking down the street in China, and they thought John Stockton was Michael Jordan's agent. They're like trying to help, ask John Stockton for autographs with Michael Jordan, and he's like, "Wait, do you not know who I am?" So like, he would just suck the air out of a room. People would they would go nuts. So yeah, number 1 for me, Michael Jordan.
Right.
Anybody who has any comments, questions, concerns, any beef, any agreements, feel free to drop a comment on the video, and we can discuss this at length, because I'm a sports guy, so I'm down to discuss it. But okay, I'll turn the page, and we'll go to Gary's.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that was a pretty impressive top 10 there. Definitely agree with quite a few of those. Like I said, quite a few of them I've not heard of. There's baseball and stuff like that's not really a big sport over here. But moving on to our news segment, I've got a couple of pieces of interesting news for you, Chicago. I'm literally going to have to stop driving, I'm afraid.
No, you're good.
But
so you keep driving.
I don't know if anybody's ever or seen this in the news, but details of Apple's new premium iPhone, the iPhone X, revealed in a leak. It was leaked on the internet. A while back.
Okay.
Well, not too long ago. Well, here's the story. So Apple's latest special edition of the iPhone will be called the iPhone X, according to an apparent leak. The name of the device was reported by 2 news sites giving access to an unreleased version of the iOS operating system. The sites also reported that 2 new phones will be called the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. The leak came ahead of the technology's giant launch of its new models at its California headquarters on Tuesday. The event will mark the 10th anniversary of the smartphone, which first went for sale in June 2017. It's 2007, sorry. 2017, really. It could also feature a 3D face scanning camera and remove the traditional home button from the front of the device for the first time. The new Apple Watch and a 4K resolution Apple TV are also reportedly due to be announced at the event. So it's quite exciting stuff for you Apple fans out there. I mean, me personally, don't get me wrong, I like Apple products, but I'm not a massive Apple, I don't have everything Apple. I've got an iPad.
You're not in New York, not the Big Apple.
Yeah, not the Big Apple. But I'm a Samsung guy. I like my Samsungs. But yeah, I mean, 3D face scanning. I mean, is that going to cause a problem if you wear makeup? If you're a lady and you wear makeup, or I mean, it's the 21st century. If you're a guy and you wear makeup, is that going to cause problems with your 3D face recognition? I mean, hey, it could do. Who knows?
True.
Who
Yeah.
knows? All right. Next story.
Wait a minute. Go back for a second. So the
Yeah, shoot.
iPhone X,
Yeah.
is that not ripping off the Xbox One's
The
next
Xbox,
console?
yeah, the Xbox One X. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Maybe it's a collaboration.
There you go.
Maybe it's
You
a
gotta get the X
collaboration.
and the X.
All right. But yeah, okay. So this one will make you laugh, mate. This is a really crazy story. I literally can't believe. I mean, the thought process of some people, I don't understand it. I mean, people know what's dangerous and what's not, yeah? And you know that if you
Yeah.
put your hand into a blender while it's going, your hand's probably going to get a bit mangled. Yeah? You're not stupid.
Yeah, that'll do the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so the title of this story is China Southern Passenger Throws Coins into Plane Engine for Good Luck.
Genius.
I mean, yeah. Absolutely genius. I mean, how can you... I mean, wow. So a passenger on a Chinese flight threw coins into the plane engine in an apparent attempt to bring about good luck. The 80-year-old passenger reportedly made the offering to the China Southern's aircraft's huge engine whilst boarding on Tuesday. Flight.org tweeted pictures which appeared to be taken by crew members showing coins and engineers assessing the possible damages. She later admitted to police that she had thrown the coins as she prayed for safety. Of the 9 coins thrown, just 1 hit its intended target. Nevertheless, enough to force evacuation of the 150 passengers for several hours. The woman who was travelling with family was questioned by officers at Shanghai Airport. After investigation, the involved passenger, surnamed, cannot pronounce that, said she threw the coins to pray for safety. According to her neighbour, she believes in Buddhism. And in the end, the flight was cleared to continue on its journey some 5 hours later. Wow. I mean, I get, you know, good luck and all that. But I mean, how is throwing coins into a plane engine good luck? I mean, isn't
The
that
answer?
sort of
It's not.
isn't that sort of contradicting the good luck? I mean, that's something. I mean, if you're able to book a plane ticket, you're able to go to an airport and start boarding a plane, then you must know that throwing coins into a blooming aircraft engine is going to be detrimental to the aircraft and potentially your life as well on that plane. I mean, wow, is all I can say to that. Absolutely wow.
My favorite part of that story is they went 1 for 9 with those pennies or those
Yeah,
coins.
I mean,
1 for 9.
only one of those.
One hit the hit the right target.
I mean, did she
What
throw?
were you aiming at?
I mean, the question is, did she throw them all together, or did she throw them one at a time?
Right.
I
Altogether, that makes sense. You know, that analogy makes sense. You know, like maybe it was just you know, it was a mistake because she threw all at once and only one hit the right direction. Like that makes sense. But like, if you threw all of those at the same or at different times and you only hit one, you gotta, you got other things you gotta focus on, you know? Hand-eye coordination.
Okay, and my last piece of news for you guys. This is the title of this news story, okay? Pensioners' giant cock has become a tourist attraction.
Oh,
You heard it right. Pensioner's giant cock has become a tourist attraction. So this pensioner has got a drill, apiary, outside his house. So those of you who don't know what an apiary is, aviary, is it apiary? Is that how you pronounce it? Was it? You know,
have no
people who
idea.
have those bushes outside the houses that are shaped into different things. Some people have
Right.
one of those, and it's in the shape of a cockerel.
Penis.
A Scottish pensioner's home has become a local tourist attraction after he erected a 14-foot cockerel in his front garden. 73-year-old Jim Hughes pruned an ivy-covered tree into the shape of a male chicken outside his home, and even added a beak and comb to make it look even more cock-like. Originally it was an old cherry blossom tree. It got that big he would be worried it would blow over and hit a car. It's in the front garden and looks out to the street. Since then, quite a few people have been stopping to take photographs. I call it Jock, and it's crowing for independence. Jim isn't the only keen horticulturist making headlines with bizarre topiary. Topiary? Aviary, that's to do with birds. Back in February, tree surgeon Chris Bishop rose to fame after pruning an 18-foot tree on his property into a giant penis. Wow. Worcestershire resident Chris spent 3 years growing out the cypress tree before he was able to trim it to look like a huge gentleman's sausage. The green-fingered 43-year-old told reporters, "No one's commented when I've been out in the garden. People just looked at it and walked past. I think it's because they're trying to work out whether it's just their dirty minds." Despite protests from angry neighbours, Chris says he plans to grow the foliage out even more so he can add a pair of testicles to the sculpture. Wow. I mean, wow. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make a bush into something, why not that,
What, a cockerel, and then that other guy did a 14-foot penis. I mean, that's not something you probably want to have, outside your home. Especially if you've got children walking around. I mean, they're going to be like, "Mum, what's that?" And Mum's going to be like, "Well, it's a lollipop." I don't know. I don't know how you explain that, to be honest, to your children.
You don't. You don't.
No, you
understand.
don't. No, you don't.
You just look them in the
Okay.
eye, you sit them down, and you say, "Shut up."
So yeah, if any of you guys have got anything to add for those news comments, be free to leave a comment or whatever, or let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, drop a comment down below, guys.
Yeah. Drop a comment down below.
Seriously though, we don't get enough comments, so comment it up,
So spam.
Tell us
that.
what we're doing good, what we're doing
Spam
bad, Tell us if
Yeah.
we're doing happy or
Feedback.
if we're being sad.
Feedback is
Little
always
Dr.
good.
Seuss.
You'll notice there's no mention of guns this episode. I haven't mentioned guns until this very moment.
Are we doing a would you rather to close this thing out, or?
Well, no, unfortunately, no, we're not today. Got a little something
alright.
different to do today in this show. Now, whether everyone is aware or not, myself and Chicago 7 are both in productions.
True.
The team within KSI that sort of organises all the streams, all the content that goes out onto the YouTube and stuff, is usually done. KSI Productions has some kind of input into it. Now, today, luckily the productions department was lucky enough to have a new head promoted over the department, which leaves a spot for a co-head. And Chicago 7, I'd just like to congratulate you. You are now the co-head. I thought I'd do it on the show this evening. But yeah, congratulations, man. You're now co-head of a department, dude. How do
Deep
you feel,
breaths.
man? How do you feel?
Deep breath. Honestly, man, I feel really good.
Yeah.
I haven't. I think the first time around, I never joined productions just because it just I don't know. It seems so intimidating to me. But now being a part of the team, like I don't know, it just kind of seems like this is the right department for me. So
Hell yeah.
it was, it's huge to be able to, have the opportunity to work as a co-head of a department, and I mean, I honestly really do appreciate it, and I honestly did not think that this was going to head this way. When you said they were really lucky to get ahead, I thought you were literally just going to start up talking yourself. So I really did not expect this to happen. Like I thought you were just going to be like, yeah, and that's me. So I just want to shout out myself real quick. No, but no, man, I appreciate it. It's some
Looking
work
forward
done.
to seeing what you can do. For sure. But yeah, everyone's a couple of people have commenting in the old chat box congratulating you. We've got Hooters congratulating you, Atomic Gen congratulating you, Hooters congratulating you. Oh, I've already said that. It's late. It's late. It's late for me. Do you like to say a little speech?
Speech. No, yeah. Honestly, yeah, I have a couple people to thank.
Here we go.
So, I got a couple of shout outs to make really quick. Number one, I want to thank Impy7. Not just because he's over all the departments and it seems like, I'm just kind of brown nosing, but I really do want to thank him for, kind of getting the time to sit down with me and, kind of discuss what it means to be a part of, department leadership, and just kind of letting me pick his brain on different ideas and different thoughts. So I really appreciate him for that. Number two, I want to thank you, Gary. I mean, you've made it possible, and you've helped me, along the way, and kind of, made sure that I knew what I needed to know, and that I was getting stuff done. So I really appreciate you for that. Two or three other shout outs. I want to shout out, she's not even here anymore, but Ivy7. And here's why. Ivy's the reason I joined productions in the first place. She convinced me to join. She said, I seemed really talkative, outgoing, somebody that would be good on, on stream and stuff, and so she convinced me to join this department. And I mean, if it weren't for her, I wouldn't have joined until later on. I mean, I'm sure eventually you or somebody else would have convinced me, but she laid the groundwork for me to put in that application, so I appreciate her for that. And then the final two people I want to thank are actually a part of the productions teams currently. One being KSI Hooters 7, for helping motivate me to stick around, and also taking on that role about talking about things and just keeping that going. And then number two is Nebula. I mean, Nebula's been a huge motivation for me LW wise, but also I wanted to get somebody in productions that I was really comfortable with. I really enjoyed that would be around me. And Nebula is that guy. So shout out to everybody, and again, I really appreciate it.
Wow. There we go.
I'm gonna tear up.
Let's not make this emotional. Let's not make this
Okay.
emotional.
Big moment.
Alright, we're just hitting the 29-minute mark. We'll play out the rest of this game, the last 2 minutes of this game, and then we'll call it a night on the show. Thank you guys who's watching on the stream. Obviously this will be uploaded to YouTube, so we'll make sure that we spread the word and let you guys know about that. Oh my god, they scored.
They scored last game too. I was so
did they?
disappointed. And it was a guy named Salty too. So I was like, yeah, you bet I'm salty.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Wow. Oh no.
No, do not let them score again. Gary, get it out of there. Ooh, Gary with the score? Okay.
Oh, Yeah.
I like it, man. I like that intensity.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I honestly did not see that coming.
Oh, there you
I
go.
really thought you were gonna be like, yeah, you know, we just got
So,
ahead
yeah,
of
I've
the
got a-
department.
Yeah,
Me.
I got ahead of the department. Yeah, just wanted to show everyone how. No, I'm not going to say that. It's probably not appropriate on the stream. But I was talking about my genitalia.
Oh my god.
Anyway, moving on very swiftly. Oh, we got five people here. Live at the moment. I'm sure we'll
5
have
people
more.
here as we're closing out.
As we're closing up, we're doing the old awkward exit.
Goodbye, farewell to you, my friend.
Oh my.
Goodbye, farewell, until we meet again.
And the singing has begun.
You like that, huh?
I did.
It's a little jingle, you know. It's from a show. If anybody can name that show in the comments, I will give you a $10 Xbox Live gift card.
Shut up.
First person to drop a comment saying what TV show that's from, I'll give you a $10 Xbox Live gift card. Not even playing.
Well, there you go. So, if you guys have got 23 seconds to comment on what that is. So, if you're watching, you've got a chance
No, I
to
just
get
meant
a 10...
first person to comment on the YouTube video
I was
when it
gonna
comes
say.
up. When the YouTube video comes up,
I was gonna say,
drop
that
a
was a
comment, and the first
bit of an
comment that gets it
intense
right,
time
I'll
period
give it
there.
23 seconds.
Atomic X Gen asks if you can
That's
sing it again.
Goodbye, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye, farewell, until we meet again. That's all I got.
I didn't hear. Hello, short round. How's it going, man? You're all saying hello as we're coming to a close on the stream. Yeah, once again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you've got any suggestions or anything, there is a thread up on the forums in the community section where you can post any suggestions you got for the show. Again, congratulations to KSI Chicago 7 for getting to the position of co-head of productions. Very exciting stuff. Do you want to say anything for closing comments, Mr. Chicago?
Yeah. You need to tune out, or tune in technically every week and watch us. You know, we talk about different stuff every week, so we kind of mix it up. If you're ever interested in being a part of the show, feel free to message myself or Gary, and we can try to pencil in, you know, but we can really work on that. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, thank you for watching, everyone. And, yeah, we'll see you next week.